All right, done.
Hi, and welcome to YakShaver Sprint 5 review and forecast. I'm Isabel, and we'll go straight into it. So, for Sprint 5, we have 3 sprint goals. The sprint goal was get GitHub feature working end to end, which we now have working. We also had the TeamSpot POC. We have done a lot of progress on this, but it's not quite done right yet. And then also getting API running in Azure, which we did not get done. So this sprint duration was 1 week. And to go through the PBIs we've done this week, we have ensured that AI, 2 bugs solved. The first one is ensure AI exclude inactive users, which was especially users that's or employees that's no longer in SSW, that we don't include them when we're trying to find emails to send to. And then we also have the Azure DevOps when multiple bug for Azure DevOps PBIs when multiple users are mentioned. Not all of them got tagged, so we solved that one. We have for the GitHub issues, we have now created a GitHub app, which is made for SSW consulting. So when we create issues in GitHub, it's coming from a GitHub app and not from a specific person. And then we got some work on the GitHub stuff, which I think I will show you instead of going through here. So do a little demo. So from a prompt to the API.
Sorry, can you pause for a second? What do you mean by GitHub stuff? What is the GitHub feature?
That is creating a GitHub issue in GitHub from YakShaver. So from a prompt.
Isabel, be aware that Adam, this is the first summary Adam's joined. He saw the brainstorming day, and then this is the first thing he's seen since then.
Okay.
He'll need a little bit more context than usual.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that is for YakShaver, so you can write a prompt to YakShaver and ask it to create an issue or a PBI, and it will create it in GitHub. That is what we've been working on for now.
Would you mind, Isabel, if I just jump in and give a bit of context as well? So what we've been working on for the last few sprints with YakShaver is basically building an API. So that API is going to allow us to create an issue in Azure DevOps. We have that working already. Last sprint, we got working. That API will create send out an email if it needs to. And this sprint, we've been working on getting the API to create GitHub PBIs. So we've been doing a lot of the backend stuff around the API. And the idea was once we get that working, then we hook it up to a Teams bot. And fingers crossed, hopefully the integration is not that difficult. And the bot would just make these same requests to an API, and we would have these issues created. So in this sprint, we were really finishing off a lot of the GitHub part of it.
Well, thank you so much. I was totally lost. I have a bit more of an understanding why this has been going on for a while.
Good. Okay, awesome. So for demo, we have to the API, we have this prompt, create a task for Luke M to create a new report in Eagle Eye for Microsoft Teams messages. And we send that through the API, and what we get out is a GitHub issue looking like this. So we'll have a full-on title with a little star saying that it's a feature. It assigns it to Luke Mao, which is Luke M. It adds the label needs refinement and YakShaver. Then it creates this full PBI with a pane acceptance criteria, and we can see that it's created from SSW YakShaver and not from me, for instance. And the only thing missing from this is the at mentions as at top, which is a small little bug we need to fix up. And then we also want a little from, so who has requested this issue. So it will say from Isabel or something like that. Any questions on this?
All good.
Awesome. So going back to this, we have also the milestone progress. And I think since Adam, this is the first time you've been here, we have the full create an Azure PBI. It's already done, also for a bug. We also use semantic kernels to do all this stuff. Or all this stuff is creating all the different AI prompts to OpenAI, which we've done through semantic kernel. And then for email, that's 5 out of 6 PBIs are done in that. And the GitHub is 3 out of 5. So we have 2 left and 2 PBIs was closed this sprint. That's the whole review. Any questions for this sprint?
All good.
All good. Amazing. And then we can go over in the forecast. So for sprint 6, our forecast is mainly get the TeamSpot POC working. But once we have that integration, we can then try out with the whole API. And our sprint is 1 week, and our PBIs are the following. We're going to look more into the add mentions, which on the GitHub PBI feature. We're going to get started on the infrastructure work that we need to have done to get the whole thing working, which is starting with the resource group. Then we still have the TeamSpot POC issue from last week. We are going to try to create a bug in GitHub. Also handle when multiple people are mentioned. This is probably mostly done, but we're going to look a bit more into it. We also have some more infra PBIs, which is setting up Key Vault and container registry. And we also need to manage Azure DevOps credential in Key Vault. And then we have 2 more, which is adding the original requesters to the PBI, both in Azure DevOps and GitHub, which is the who requested the change or the feature to happen. So it's added, and that's what we're going to work on. And we save some estimates to be able to flesh out what we need to do for the TeamSpot once we get the POC working. Any question for the future sprint? Okay, then that's everything for the sprint planning and sprint review. Thank you all.